What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. It's reaction time today. To this video right here. This is a reaction to a video that was made by a channel called the Alabama Prisoner Profile. Shout out to Alabama Prisoner Profile. Y'all get a chance, y'all go over there and check that brother out. For a lot of y'all that's really looking for the behind the scenes stuff that goes on within the Alabama prison system, y'all go over there to Alabama Prisoner Profile and check him out, man. But anyway, I had somebody shoot me something and like, Toon, check this out. We was waiting to hear your response to this. And so I'm like, what? I go over there, and when they said it to me, so I go to the brother's channel and I checked it out and I listened. And basically he was speaking on he did an interview with an essay with a Mexican that was locked up in the Alabama prison system. Now, I told y'all when I first got locked up in Alabama, weren't no Mexicans, weren't none, not one. The only Mexican that was there was my crime partner, my homie from the set, No Good, and they didn't know what he was. They really just was, you know what I'm saying? So people ask me about the difference between California prison and Alabama prison. Well, one of the main differences is they didn't have any Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that type of get down, those type of shenanigans, those type of politics, and those type of prison games weren't played in the Alabama prison system because they didn't have no Mexicans. Like I told you, it was all black and white. You know what I'm saying? All black and white. I didn't see no Mexicans. I didn't see no Asians. I didn't see spit, but black and white, as is predominantly in the South, black and white. As y'all know, I did 23 years. So from the time I came in till up to the time when I went home, Mexicans had started coming in. I had been down over 10 years before I started seeing them come in, though. But when I did start seeing them, it was like one here, one there, one here, one there, and boom. So, wasn't no thing. Then, you might see two, you might see three. And I've never seen more. Well, when I was in Limestone, they got a prison called Limestone. Before I left Limestone, it was about 20 of them. Might have been about 20 of them. But like I say, that was 23 years later. But anyway, I remember now walking the track in many different prisons. Me and my homies that was from Cali, who had did time in Cali, whether it was Crip or Blood or whatever, we would talk about the difference in Alabama and California prison system. So when we speak on the Mexican aspect, I used to always say, man, listen, these dudes ain't seen no problems before. And sometimes when I be sitting in the cell and we be kicking it with, a bunch of people, whether no matter where they from, we just kicking the bobos. And a lot of times, they always want to know the difference between Cali and Alabama prison system and what go on and blah, blah, blah. And I would always go back to tell them about the problems that blacks and Mexicans had in the prison system. And so, a lot of times they would sit around talking about, hey, man, shoot, well, man, that wouldn't go on out here. That wouldn't happen out here, man. We'll do whoop whoop and do whoop wop 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 and we'll whoop wop 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 wham. I'm like, yeah. So I told the dude one time, I said, man, listen. I said, because of y'all disorganization, because of y'all lack of unity out here, I say y'all would have a real serious problem dealing with the aspect of the Mexicans that we have to deal with in the California prison system. Now, they didn't believe me. They didn't think, man, we'd do woo, 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 woo. And at first, they probably would. They probably would because of the vast numbers of blacks versus the one or two small Mexicans. But I told the dude what I said, man, look, boy, I say, man, if a bus was to pull up and they just had 50 of the Mexicans that we had to deal with in our system on the bus, man, it'll be on like Donkey Kong because I'm knowing the mentality that they gonna come with. I'm knowing the mentality that they gonna come with. And he was like, man, whoop, 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 whoop. Now, it would, now the brothers, because of the numbers, they would most likely win because it would shock them at first. And then after the initial shock wore off, they'd be like, oh, hold up, man. We got to deal with this. And they would come together and they would have to deal with it. They would deal with that thing. But they didn't really understand what I was saying because none of them were really privy to how Mexicans operate and the unity that they have amongst themselves. So anyway, when I ran across this video, I'm like, okay, I want to hear. So I listened to it, and this is about this. He's doing an interview with a Mexican that is originally from Texas, I think San Antonio. He got caught in Alabama for some drugs or whatever, and he ended up getting sent to an Alabama prison. But now, first off, he did not go to no max camp or to no we camp. He went to a work release program. Now, it's not a work release, but it's a low level prison in Alabama to where you can go outside the gate and work in the free world. And it's not a lot of drama here. Now, I was in that same prison myself years and years and years ago, and it was on like Donkey Kong, but it's a different type prison now. You're not going, you ain't gonna have a whole lot of hard head go-getters and all that in this prison right here, Prison Elmo. You know what I'm saying? It's so small, it's so small and little that they don't even have an infirmary. If something goes wrong, they got to put you in a car, or a stretcher, ambulance, or whatever, and take you down the street to a prison called Staten for you to get some help. But anyway, the mentality in this prison is a lot more laid back. It's not a lot of dudes there that's about that life, that's about that drama. You know what I'm saying? So now when I listened to the story, I listened to what the Mexican dude was saying, and why you gonna hear him story because I'm finna play his clip. I'm finna play a piece of the clip of when the Mexican dude was talking. I'm not finna be butting in, interrupting it. I don't like doing reactions. Like, I hate when I hear a reaction and they stopping it and running their mouth and going and stopping it and running their mouth. Man, just let it play and give me your commentary at the end. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. You feel me? So I listened to a lot of stuff that he was saying, and I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, all right, yeah. Y'all, you know what? Here it is. Y'all just listen to this right here. Here you go.
I'm gonna be bringing y'all, finally, right? We have a former Hispanic Alabama prisoner who was gracious enough to tap in with me and let us know about the Hispanic structure of Hispanic prisoners within the Alabama Department of Corrections. Let's hop right into that right now. Do you have like a name or a nickname? My name is Will, and being that in the Department of Corrections in Alabama, we're the minority, everybody refers to us as Essay. Essay this, Essay that. So everybody referred to me as Essay. You said what race and nationality again? Mexican. Okay, I got you. So in the penal system, in ADOC, pretty much every Hispanic was referred to as Essay. Now, there was a few of us that got called by first name, but majority of the time when we were referred to by other groups, it was the Essay this, Essay that. I mean, it's not derogatory, but some of the people there were from Central America, South Mexico, Honduras, Central America. Where in the states are you originally from? I'm originally from San Antonio, Texas. That's where I was from. That's where I started my journey with the Alabama Department of Corrections. And I'm good to go. Well, little did I know about what they call SAP. So I get hit with a SAP program. So now I got to go behind the fence. What is SAP for the audience? Substance abuse program. You go listen to a man tell you how much of an addict you are. You go listen to Mr. Father Time tell you about God. You listen to all these addicts tell you about how their life has changed and this and yada yada, which is pretty fucking depressing. So here I am thinking I'm going to a fucking work release program. Next thing you know, I end up behind the fence at Elmore. So I get to Elmore. And I hook up with my people there, which is literally a handful. How many is a handful? There was 14 Hispanics in Elmore. Damn, total. So now they're not united though. They're far from, they're far from organized. They're far from, being street, being hood. They're far from what it takes in order to survive as a group. So me being who I am and looking at the situation, we had an instance come up where on the Sundays, one of these essays, which was one of my people, sold the black guy some chicken. Well, the black guy is supposed to pay him a pack of Reds, a pack of coffee for it. And basically, the African American fella, he told him to go fuck himself. So I don't hear about that part. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, a few days later, we're out there playing soccer, and the dude points him out and says, "Hey, este me ate aquí, tienes un cigarros." I was like, basically, he said in Spanish that that dude burned him for a pack of Reds. That's cool. I was gonna wonder if you could do some Spanish on here because people. You sound like a normal dude. You don't sound Hispanic. There you go, buddy. Spoke Spanish. Yeah. So I'm talking to him, and we get in a little circle, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, well, this dude owes me money for this chicken. I said, you gave a brother a chicken without paying for it. I said, what you gonna do about it? I just won't mess with him no more. I won't mess with him no more. I said, no, you gotta go bang him out. And that's the first time that yard has seen the rise of us. And so he went and did it. So we went and did it. Oh shit. So one thing about my people is if one of us go, we all go. There ain't no question. It ain't no, hey, you go stomp this dude out, you do this. Tienes todo, meaning it's all for, si tienes todo, todo tienes. Meaning all for one and one for all. Like, we're all going to do it. So we all get up, and these little Hispanic dudes, like, you talking about dudes from Central America. They're not Americanized, and they're not gangster. They're not hood. They're not into these things that you would think of as when you think of a street, penitentiary style Hispanic gangster. So, these are farmers. These are honest working men that got locked up on some shit, for drugs, drinking and driving, no violent crimes. There's some bullshit that they got locked up on, but because the state gets reimbursed by the federal government twice as much for an immigrant as they do a United States citizen, you got guys in prison that are there on bullshit charges. So back to the story, we're sitting there playing soccer, and I tell them, like, we're going to bang him out. Like, they're like, no, it's just chicken. No, we don't want no problem. No. I'm like, listen, you either bang him out or I bang you out. Now, and after I bang you out, the black dude like a gang member or something? Oh, this is what makes the story good. So he's a GD, claimed to be a GD. But one of the things that I found is a lot of people talk, but a lot of people can't walk. So I said, this is what we're fixing to do. When dude walks over here, we're going to kick the soccer ball in his direction. I'm going to run a soccer ball, and I'm going to lay this dude out. And y'all better fucking be right behind me. So, sitting there around the track, dude come walking with his little friend. Boom, kick the soccer ball over there. And I walk up to him at a jog, because he thinks I'm going to get the ball. And at a jog, the first thing I asked him is, how you like that chicken? And I use, some profanity behind that because, it's just how life works. So how you like that chicken? Wow. Put him down. But some other dudes ran up. My guys ran up. Turned out to be a little thing. But I'm in B dorm, and half of my Hispanic people are in the C dorm. So now I know I got to leave them alone. They better fend for themselves. Well, with just a little bit of leadership and guidance, I would tell you this much. I would take those 13 other guys, and I'd go against anybody. We got down, and it was all for one, no matter what. He gets down, I'll get down. EMG champion, or like a the head of the GD jumped in and wants to sit down and talk with me before things escalate because, I mean, obviously, we're the plug. You know, we're bringing in stuff and things are getting brought in under our
Y'all hear what he say? He the plug.
So they didn't want no
for the
fight,
drugs.
especially from a dude that oversees shit. So anyway, the dude came by. We had to sit down right there by on the other side of the church where the gun tower couldn't see us. So we had a little sit down. We sitting there talking. I got two of my representatives. He's got two of his representatives. He's got the violator. I got the guy he violated. And so we're sitting there talking it up. And he's like, "What's this about?" I said, "Dude owed him money. You know, dude took money from him." And he's like, "What do you mean took money?" I said, "He got items out the kitchen. He didn't pay for them." And then told my boy to fuck himself. So I don't know what y'all used to before this, but right now we're united. So you fuck with one, you fuck with all of us. So he's like, "No, he gonna make it right. He gonna make it right." So dude ended up, the one that I banged out, ended up apologizing and brought up and charged him 2 stacks. So now your price done doubled. So they didn't want no static. We were, you know, somehow with our organization, we were able to get things in there that a lot of people were addicted to. So, that front stayed cool. But from that moment forward, we ran together, we ate together, we showered together. Like, we were our own entity.
All right. Now, there it is there. Y'all heard what he was saying. You know, he originally came from Texas, San Antonio, or wherever. And he got popped out here for some drugs or whatever. And he ended up going behind, when he says, behind the gate. That don't mean nothing. In the prison that he was in, that was a poop butt, soft, I'm talking about get out of jail free card prison that he was in. It wasn't that was not one of the prisons in Alabama where you gonna run across some real heavy hitters, some go-getters. Now, what he said they did when they talk about they bum rushed the brother, kicked the ball over there and took off on him and did this and that, and he downplayed what probably happened behind that when he said a couple of brothers ran over there, a couple of his people ran over there, and there was a little thing. I don't know how much of a little thing that it really was. If it happened the way he say it happened, it only went that way because of the prison that they are in. Look, that is when he said, you see how he said, it's a SAP program. SAP, Substance Abuse Program. He's really in a giant AA meeting, but they want to call it a prison. So it ain't no whole lot of rock going on right here. So if he or they did what he said they did or he did, could he have possibly got away with it in that prison? Quite possible. It's quite possible. But now, in the other prisons, the maximum security and some of the upper level level 4s. Now, level 4 is not like Cali. A level 4 in Alabama is the second level. The max camp is a level 5. They go level 5, then level 4, further down. Now, in some of the level 4s, what he talking about he did right there, they would have seen a bad day. They would have seen a bad day, especially he said that they did it to a GD. Now them GDs gonna come together, y'all. In Alabama, they gonna come together. You might try to, you know what I'm saying, pull a little stunt on the initial, but now at the end of the day, you gonna have to see them because they gonna come see about you. And in an Alabama prison, in a maximum security prison, or some of the higher level 4s that they have, that situation would not have happened like that. This dude is coming from Texas, trying to put down a structure within the Alabama prison system. If it would have been, like I said, if it had been in some of the other prisons other than that one, he would have got him and his people tore out the frame. It wouldn't have been none of them left, y'all. Now, of course, I ain't saying, cool, I commend them. I throw my hands up at it. They sticking together. He brought a little unity or whatever, if he's telling the truth. But what he say he did could only have been done in that prison. you know, maybe one or two more. That's the little mamby-pamby low prison, drug program prisons. In the prisons, he would have got him and all his people towed out the frame. Because for one, it would not have been just a GD thing. It would have been a black thing. Because even though you got dudes that's GDs, you got dudes that's Crips, Bloods, this, that, whatever. At the end of the day, most of them dudes, they from the same city and they play the city card real hard in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Birmingham, okay, whether they Crip, Blood, Disciple, they gonna come together. Everybody from Montgomery, no matter Crip, Blood, Disciple, they gonna come together. Huntsville, Mobile, Tuscaloosa, all the surrounding cities, all that, they gonna come together. Now, if you have somebody from another race run up and down one of their homies like that, no, it's not gonna be no discussion. It wasn't gonna be no talking about it. None of that. They would have got blitzed, regulated. They would have got drugged like an old mousetrap and threw out in the field. So now, is he lying? I can't say it. Because of the prison that he's in. That prison right back there. But like I say, in the other prisons, no, that would not have happened. No, not by far. As far as, you know what I'm saying, now, dude, yeah, I can see it. It probably did happen because, like you say, it happened over that chicken. They go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on Chicken Sunday. Oh, man. Boy, look here. You get a fight from the redhead devil on Chicken Sunday about that barnyard pimp, about that chicken, that bird. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that dude probably did get his chicken and didn't want to pay him because he was a little Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So that happens. But now let me show you something. That's something that he said took place within the last couple of years. The Alabama prison system has changed vastly. It has changed vastly. So many dudes are gone on drugs that it don't make no sense. And it is like it is. Dudes gonna protect the plug. Now, if them little Mexican dudes come up in there and they got a way to get something in, they got a way, because now in Alabama, blacks look at all the little Mexicans as they the plug. They got all the connections, you know, and a lot of them probably do. A lot of them do, but they look at it as all of them. Now, here it is. If you got some dudes that's up in rank, got a little power, no matter what gang that they might be from, and they locked in with whatever little Mexican dude is the plug, got something coming in, then they gonna sweep stuff under the rug. That is what it is. They gonna sweep stuff under the rug. They gonna let stuff happen and get past them that they normally wouldn't do because of the drugs. They got to have it. They got to want it. Dudes are dope fiend out in the Alabama prison system today. Dope fiend out. I'm talking about they walking around the yard like real live zombies now. My people call me and tell me about it every day. But anyway, how he was saying, you know, the essay admitted himself that the repercussions did not come back on him the way he thought they might have because what? They were the plug. You know, they were the plug. So he might have had a little grace on that one. But yeah, what he's saying took place, it might have took place, like I say, in that prison. But in the other ones, the upper ones, it would not have went that way. Not no shape, form, or fashion. He said it was only 13 of them. He said it was only 13 of them or 14 of them. Now, like I say, when I was in Limestone, prison called Limestone, it was about 20. It was about 20 of them there. And I did see an incident one time where a black dude had broke into one of them box, stole all his stuff, just broke into it. And they went crazy. They went on the warpath. They tried to posse up. They posseed up. Man, them little old show dudes came together and posseed up and yakka, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they were saying. And boom. At first, they acted like they was ready to go to war. They acted like they was ready to go to war about whatever got stolen. They was mad about that a little bit. And so, you know, dudes looking. So boom, when they came to the yard, when they little 20 came to the yard, they had a change of heart. I'm going to put it like that. They had a change of heart. When they little 20 came to the yard with the intentions on going for bad, it kind of changed because day 20 didn't stand up or couldn't stand up to the over 200 that was outside waiting on them. Come on out here. Come on, y'all mad? Come on out here. And I watched it. I watched it play out. You feel what I'm saying? I watched it play out. Come on, y'all, it's 20, y'all tough. Come on out here. You mad about it? Come on. When they stepped up out the building, they were greeted, day 20 was greeted by over 200. They quickly had a change of attitude on that situation. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Numbers play the role. That's like the same situation in California prison. Numbers play a big role. Numbers play a big role in stuff, y'all. And so anyway, that's my reaction. I'm not going keep going on over and over and over on it, but yeah, one thing I can say, the Hispanic population in the Alabama prison system is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And before I left, I used to always tell them cats, I say, man, listen, now I'm tell y'all something, y'all not paying no attention to this because it's not a lot of them. And they little and they don't do nothing but keep to themselves. So y'all don't pay attention to them. You're not looking at it. And I used to tell them all the time, I say, one day you're going to look up and it's going to be a changing of the guard. I say, because they numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just like in the streets of Alabama. When just 5-6 years ago, when I first got out, the Hispanic population was like this. Here it is 5-6 years later, the Hispanic population now is like this. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. So they going to be going to jail. They don't have any Mexican gangs in Birmingham yet. But I keep telling you, I say they coming. I say they coming. Get ready, they coming. So, that's the same way in the prison system. I would tell them, I'm like, hey, look, man, you're going to wake up one day and them dudes going to be a force to reckon with. I know how they operate. I know how they get down. The certain ones you ain't got to worry about. But eventually, the same way that I'm from LA and I got locked up out here, eventually one of them Chicanos, they don't know the difference between Paisas and Chicanos and all that. I tried to explain to them. I say, but one of them gang-banging Chicanos who did time in Cali and got a certain type mentality is going to come out here and get locked up. And if it's 20, 30, 40 of his people here, he's going to indoctrinate them the same way that this dude say he just did. The same way this dude right here say he just did. I say he's going to indoctrinate them to rise up. Same thing. The same scenario that this dude just said. I used to tell the brothers there, hey, this is what's going to happen. And it's going to come. It's coming. It ain't, yeah. It's my hair keep pushing my head off. But yeah. So it's just one of them things, man. It's just one of them things. Because I already know it's gonna be a problem because I know how the brothers think. You know what I'm saying? Brothers gonna look at them, like, nah, ain't gonna want to rob them, take stuff from them, breaking their boxes, you know what I'm saying, and just do them wrong. And they can get away with it for right now. But it's going to come a time. It's going to come a time when it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Because like I say, they numbers rising. But anyway, people in the prisoner, in the Alabama prisoner thing comments was asking, man, we want to hear what Cartoon have to say about this. We want to hear what Cartoon have to say about this. Well, my final analysis on it, do I think the dude is lying? No, I don't think he's 100% lying. I think he's leaving some things out, and I think he's adding some things in. You know what I'm saying? Dude's painting a picture that they Superman. You know what I'm saying? He making it seem like he just walked up in there and just like, hey, look, this is finna change. This is finna stop. This is what it's finna be. We're together now, so we gonna kick ASS. Stop it. Stop it. You and your little 13 or 14 of your homeboys come together. Come on, man. Stop it. That's not enough. At any given time, if them brothers wanted to come together and drag them, they could have. But that is not the mentality that is going on right there. Do I think that he talked to him Yes, I think he did. Yes, I believe he brought them together. They ate together, kicked together. He brought unity to them because it's quite obviously he came from a different walk of life. You feel what I'm saying? He came from a different get down. So he instilled in them, hey, boom, 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 boom. But the tough talk about, hey, look, you gonna go bang him out or I'm gonna bang you out, and I ran over there with the ball and did this and that. Like I say, that could have possibly happened in that prison. Could it have happened in another prison? I'm not gonna sit there and say it could not have happened, but what I will say is if it would have happened, he would have got him and his people towed out the frame. Simple as that. He would have got if he would have pulled that stunt in a different prison, I guarantee you by the end of the day, he'd have been somewhere laid up telling himself, dang, I wish I wouldn't have did that. Dang, I wish I wouldn't have did that. But is it gonna come a time to where they can do that? Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Well, anyway, man, that's me, man. That's my final reaction to that right there. Hey, do what I always say do, man. Stay safe, man. And at the end of the day, by any means necessary, stay above ground, y'all. Stay above ground. Man, it's me, your big partner, man, Cartoon 5'3", man. And I represent the gangsters. I'm out. Peace.